You are listening to episode 30 of the Peaceful Mind podcast. Welcome to the Peaceful Mind podcast, a place for creating the peace of mind you need to be the best mom you are created by God to be. If you want to bring more balance, more joy, and more peace to your motherhood, this is the place for you. I'm your host, certified life coach and Catholic mom, Danielle Thienel. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back. Episode 30. That's so exciting. Love those round numbers, right? And I hope that you have been able to enjoy these 30 episodes, and I welcome any new listeners that have just joined me now. If you have been having benefit from these episodes, I really do invite you to just rate and review. I know a rating, it just takes a click of the button, but also it takes a little bit longer, maybe another minute or two to actually leave a rating. But this is so helpful for me to know who's out there listening and what they like about it. I've been hearing some great positive feedback from you all, and it just warms my heart. You can also share with your community of friends and family that the Peaceful Mind podcast is available. And I hope that it blesses your life and helps you and inspires you to take action to creating that balance and joy that we all want in our lives. Okay, I'm so excited for today's episode. Finding fulfillment, living out your purpose, right? Big topics. And it's going to talk about both feeling fulfilled and knowing what your purpose is. You'll find it to be a little interchangeable, and that's because they tend to be mushed together in a way. But what really is happening is you have a notion that you want to find your purpose. And then you picture yourself living out this purpose. And once you're there, you believe that you'll feel fulfilled. But what I want to share with you is the difference between the two. So tell me, does any of the following just sound familiar to you? Or first of all, think about all the jobs and vocations that you have had in your life all the way up until now. Like start with your teenage years, right? The first job, all the way through motherhood and to what your current vocation is right now. Whether you work outside the home in addition to your motherhood, or if your sole focus at this time is the job of motherhood. Where in those jobs did you find fulfillment? And what do you think of them as you're living out, as far as living out your life's purpose? So for me, this isn't even an exhaustive list, but let me just tell you some highlights of my fulfillment and purpose path, because it goes something like this. And again, I'm starting back to those teenage years, and this isn't an exhaustive list, but this is just some of the jobs I've held. I packaged cookies in a bakery. I waited tables, was a babysitter / nanny. I worked in a health food store, like cashier and stocking. I was a professional ballet dancer. I worked in commercial real estate, coordinating tenant move-ins. I was a Pilates instructor and a business owner of a Pilates studio, a professional home organizer. I'm, of course, a mom of 3 and a life coach. So I remember thinking through many of these jobs, like take my ballet career, for example, that I was made for this. I'm using the talents God gave me, was another thought that I always had. I love this job. It doesn't feel like work to me. It comes naturally. Like this is my purpose. I also remember having thoughts in certain jobs like waiting tables and working in a health food store that went something like this. I'm good at this. Or it's a job that pays the bills. It's a job that fits into my schedule, or it's just a job. It doesn't fulfill me. I know I'm meant for more than this. Or I need to find out what my true purpose is and hurry up and get on doing that job. And even to go a little deeper into my mind, there was this place where your belief is that you feel like you need to go find it, go after it, and to know why God even made you in the first place. You have thoughts like, I need to hurry up and find it so I can just hurry up and go living my purpose. And then when that happens, I'll feel happy and fulfilled. But fulfilled is a feeling, and all of your feelings are caused by your thoughts. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're working a job you love or a job you hate. It's never the job itself that would cause you to feel fulfilled. But it would be your thoughts about your job that could in fact bring on the feeling of fulfillment to you. In the same way, let's talk about what having a purpose is, because just like fulfillment, you may be one of the many that believes your purpose is something you have to find, discover, go after, chase after. But it's not. I used to believe this too. I wanted to know the reason why I existed, so I could please God by hurrying up to get there. My brain told me also that it had better be good, it had better be noble, and I needed to be humble about it, and it probably was something of service to humanity. I mean, intellectually, I knew that motherhood was all these things and more, yet some days there was still a tugging of the heart that told me I was supposed to be doing something else more purposeful. And even as I say that out loud, it seems ridiculous, right? Because what could be more purposeful than raising and caring for human beings? But like the mind likes to do, it took what can be days that feel mundane and try having us question if this is it or not. Is this my purpose? It didn't matter if I was in the stay-at-home mom stage or doing any of the other outside jobs too. There was still a searching attitude going on. But what was really happening was that my brain was having me feel like I was pretty sure I was failing at living at a purposeful life. But now I'm going to offer you something that may not sink in at first, but if you stay curious and open to it all, it may just change your whole life. That's right. I know that's a huge statement, but this is what life coaching on your mind does. It transforms you. It transforms your thoughts, your feelings, and actions in your life that create mind-blowing results. When I learned about what purpose truly was and how I could feel fulfilled, it blew my mind wide open. When I first heard it, and it brought me such an abundance of relief and peace. But if you open yourself to it over time, or even in just an instant, you will also come to find peace. Are you ready to hear it? Okay. Your purpose, your reason for existing is to exist. Existing is your purpose. That's right. Your purpose, your reason for existing is to exist. The life you are living right now is your purpose. You don't have to do anything to fulfill your purpose in life. You already are, simply for the fact that God created you and you exist. Being alive is enough. You don't have to be better. You don't have to give more or save the planet. Your purpose is the full experience of this human life. Your purpose is humanness. And that purpose, I'm here to tell you, along with the Holy Spirit within you, has already been fulfilled. You are already purposeful. You are already here. You have arrived. I love those new baby posts that say, so-and-so has arrived. The child was born. He or she is here. In that moment, the baby is 100% loved and doesn't have to do a thing to prove that he or she is good enough. And same went for you when you were born. In God's eyes, you can't be made better. He created you already as best as you can be. And as we gain more and more experiences through living this human life, so many of us are trying to find a way to matter, not realizing that we can't matter more than we already do. Do you hear me? You can't matter any more than you already do, Mama. Okay, so here's even better news. I think this is just the best part. Since there is no way to become more worthy, you just get to choose what you do with your life just because you want to. Not because you have to, not because you think you should, or again, need to find what makes you feel fulfilled and fulfills your life purpose. Now you may be thinking, what? If I don't have to do anything, then won't I just do nothing? No. When you get that there's nothing you have to do, and your entire life can be about what it is that you just want to do, what happens is that you go choosing a purpose that matters to you. You go about living out that purpose because you know you are already good enough. You're already purposeful. The reason you have for doing what it is you are doing will determine how you experience it in your life. So now I want to bring it back to fulfillment. When you figure out your reasons, you're just taking a look at your thoughts about it. Yes, again, I direct you back to where all the important work is done, back to your mind. If you want to feel fulfilled as you carry out whatever it is you are choosing to do, then feeling fulfilled will come from you and nothing outside of you. So take for me, when I found out this beautiful realization that my purpose for existing is existing, and that how I want to spend my time existing is my choice, then I just simply decide what my purpose is going to be, and I get to choose the thoughts that bring on a feeling of fulfilled. Then I went about defining my purpose. And you do that by deciding what it is for you right now. Wherever you are in your life, in your motherhood, decide. Now, the subject of making decisions always brings up overwhelm and confusion. You know, the lower part of your brain will step in and try and protect you from discomfort. So instead of deciding that you'll worry about making the right decision, you just decide on how you will define your purpose. And what that looks like for me right now is, my purpose is, I want to be a wife, a mother, and a life coach who inspires my family and others into action. I feel fulfilled because I think thoughts like, I am living out my purpose every day. I am fulfilled. I get to do what I want to do. My life fulfills me. Do you see that? Do you see how those thoughts might bring on a feeling of fulfillment for me? Because I chose and defined and decided on what my purpose was for my life right now, and then actively, intentionally, purposely picked thoughts that bring on the feeling of fulfillment for me. So how about you? Do you feel fulfilled? Are you doing what you want to do in life? Now that you know you have fulfilled your purpose already, what can you now decide is your life's purpose? And what can you right now that makes you feel fulfilled in the now? You could choose, I want to be a loving mom. I want to build a church. I want to create music. I want to make lots of money. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a missionary. I want to be a great friend. When you set about whatever it is you want to do, the byproduct of it will be that you're going to evolve. You're going to create new things. You're going to contribute to the world. Because now you know that your purpose in life is not the job you do. It's who you are, who you get to be. So if you are a mom who before listening to the episode was believing your job had something to do with your purpose, you can now begin to open up to just being who you are and not what you do. That purpose and fulfillment isn't something delivered to you. It isn't something external outside of you, but it's something you get to take with you wherever you go. You find purpose and create fulfillment for yourself exactly in the place where you are now, in whatever circumstances you find yourself in, not outside of you, but within. Recognize who you are being first, then you can start doing it now. So to conclude the episode, I want to leave you with a question. Now that you know that your purpose here on earth has already been fulfilled, and it was fulfilled the moment you were created by God, and that the feeling of fulfillment from your life can only come from you, from within your mind, that you create the feeling of fulfillment for yourself. When you know these two things, the question I have for you is then what do you want to do with your life? How do you want to go about living your purpose? And will you choose on purpose to believe that you are fulfilling it now, and in turn will feel fulfilled because you're thinking that way? Okay, so I hope you take some time to answer that question and that this has brought some peace to your mind and life. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, I will meet you back here next week. And one more thing before I go, I just wanted to offer to come see me over on Instagram. You can find me at Danielle Thienel Coaching. All right, till next time. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Are you ready to take everything I teach you here and put it to work for your own life? To really learn how to have peace of mind no matter what is happening around you? If so, I'd love to have you as a client. As your coach, this is where you'll get personal and focused time on your own mind using life coaching tools, concepts, and proven life-transforming wisdom, all through a faith-filled lens. To learn more about how we can work together, come on over to DanielleThienel.com. There, you'll see how to sign up for a free coaching consult and learn how to get started. Until next time, peace be with you always.